Yo, salutations, greetings, and heartiest gratitude to all our beloved fam. This is your voice, Soham from Infinity aim to infinity. Big love to all of you. Hara, Hara, Hara Mahadev. And first of all, big love, big thanks, and Soham hugs to you all because I have been really receiving these constant requests of uploading more content, uploading more of these experiences, and people are really loving to listen and hear and learn more about Shiva through different perspective. And as people are also realizing all the audiences that we are connecting with, the audience are growing with us. The audiences are growing with Infinity M and learning to connect with Shiva through life, right? As people are realizing more and more day by day that how Shiva is speaking with them through different people, how Shiva is connecting with each and every devotees through different situation, times, or circumstances, right? So thank you for your support. Thank you for your big love. And this means a lot. Honestly, this means a lot. So I'll cut the chase down and directly start off with the main thing. So the main agenda of this video is to let everyone of our audience know that when we genuinely surrender ourselves, that is, uh, okay, let me give you a context why I'm saying this. Because being the slaves of the materialistic human mind, we deeply identify ourselves with our ego illusions, desires, relationships, status, power, profession, look, body type, possessions, and the list goes on, right? So, as we start to identify ourselves with all these things, yeah, as a result, the mind overpowers our actual state of being. And what is that actual state of being? That is Soham Shivoham. As Adi Shankaracharya says that Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. So, Chidananda Rupa means, in short, once you really surrender yourself with the divine, with that divine flow, with that existence of consciousness, realizing that you do not have consciousness, you do not have to be conscious, but rather you are the consciousness. I am the consciousness. And that is what Shiva is, is. And that's why we always keep on saying that God is, therefore I am. So God is in the present. We cannot live the past, but we can imagine the past. We can remember the past. We cannot live in the future, but we can imagine our future. But what we can do is live in the present. And just by being in the present, we are experiencing God. That's the reason why we focus so much on mindfulness, meditation, right? Because all the yogis, the rishis, the Mahamunis back from ancient India, they have been mainly focusing, even if you see the iconography of Shiva, he's always in a meditative state. He is known as the Mahadev, the gods of the god. Like he's the god of gods, right? He is Mahadev. He is the Dev of Dev. So Shiva is saying, the moment you chant the name of Shiva, the moment you utter the name of Shiva, that is the very existing proof, you can say, that is the very existing proof that Shiva is making you realize, making you think, making you understand that you are Shiva as well. Because only a Shiva can realize Shiva, only a Shiva can understand Shiva. And once you become Shiva, once you start realizing it, once you start feeling it, all you can feel is the oneness. That is Soham Shivoham. Sab Govinda. Everything is Shiva. Yeah. And that is the thing. Like as a result, like as we start to what is it like? Yeah, like being the slaves of the materialistic human mind, we deeply identify ourselves with our ego, illusions, desires, relationships, status, power. and so on, right? So as a result, what happens is the mind overpowers our actual state of being, which is Shiva or Soham Shiva. And what happens is like this leads us to fall into the trap loop of our own actions, inviting our own misery, demise, and chaos, whatever you can say. So my father always used to say that "Je jar karme khaye." That means you reap the fruit of your own actions. You reap the fruit of your own karma, right? So if your intentions are always divine, if your intentions are holy, your actions will be holy as well. But if you have, you know, perverted intentions, if you have negative thoughts, if you have confused mindset, your actions will reflect that thing as well. And that is where we are coming with this understanding that by surrendering our mind, so there is a beautiful statement we say that तन मन ध्यान की दृष्टि है अविनाश विनाश तू सृष्टि है तू शिवा है तू. That means once we start to realize that yes, we are surrendered. I am surrendering my I am to Shiva. There is no existence of me without Shiva. God is, therefore I am. And with this realization, when we start surrendering our everything, our body, our mind, our consciousness, our entire existence to Shiva, to Bhairava, that is when eventually the Shakti of the Divine Mother and Shiva pulls us up and merges us with that one consciousness. When people start any upasana, sadhana, puja, or any ritual with the expectation of gaining material ego satisfaction, there is always a consequence. There is always a consequence. So yeah, like like whatever situation you can think of, whatever example you can think of, most of the time people, try to connect with any supernatural being or any supernatural power or any higher power, higher intellect, higher consciousness, or some kind of a deity or a god for their own benefit, for their materialistic or temporal ego satisfactory benefits. They always face a consequence. But also, when a person starts their sadhana with complete submission to their Ishtadev in the sense you can say that um, the deity or the god with whom you can connect with very easily, very smoothly. For some people, it might be Ganapati. For some people, Krishna is like their friend. Krishna is like their brother. Um, Krishna is like their child, right? So that is how you connect with your Ishtadev. Like so the connection is so pure that you just develop your own personalized bond and connection with your Devata. And for Soham, it's always Shiva, Ma, Shiva Shakti. So yeah. So when a person starts their sadhana with complete submission to their Devata, to Shiva, with the complete motive of being one with the oneness, there is a consequence as well. And honestly, you know what? I may not know the result of the first option, like where people do any sadhana just for the expectation of gaining material ego satisfaction for their own benefit. I do not know what happens with them, honestly, properly, because I do not care about those things. That's not my point of focus. So the god deals with that. The devata with whom they are connecting, they deals with that. But if you are someone who resonates with the second option, that is, you know, you wish to surrender yourself with the motive to merge with that complete oneness, then you would love this story that you're about to hear right now. Yeah. So, yes, this would be one of the best experiences for Bhakta, that is a devotee, that would Set your happy, holy vibe and transcend your mind to a meditative oneness state with Shiva. So, wishing you all a Shubho Gaura Purnima and on this auspicious moment of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Janmotsav, we can say birthday. May all those who are listening to this beautiful podcast be blessed with the divine Chaitanya, which is the divine consciousness. So, here we start this amazing experience of Maha Shivratri. And over here, you will come to know about a very amazing and interesting devotee I met with. Let's call this devotee Chillam Bhai. Let's call this devotee Chillam Bhai. Okay, let me tell you, Chillam Bhai is just a fictional name because the person respects their solitude and space of bhakti, and I respect his space as well. So that's the reason, yeah. So Chillam every Mahashivratri is a moment. Chillam awaits for Shiva, 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 Shiva. Chillam is all about Shiva. So every Mahashivratri is the moment Chillam waits for with unbounded love, reverence, and compassion. According to him, every Shivratri gets him closer and closer to Shiva Shakti. He receives divine confirmations through various modes, patterns, and styles. For every Shivratri, Chillam is taught something new by Shiva in terms of spiritual practices, meditation, divine knowledge, connecting with people who somehow reflect the essence of Shiva Tattva, and and much more. Yeah. So this Mahashivratri, Chillambai experienced something that, according to him, is absolutely indescribable in words. And this is not me who is saying that. This is Chillambai. Yeah. So uh, as I can remember, okay. Whatever is flowing through me, I'll just keep on saying, yeah. So Chillam was receiving this constant reminder to book his monthly Shiv Seva. Okay, let me give you a quick context, yeah. So I met Chillam after coming to the UK and we bonded over Shiva Bhakti, 100%. Where there is Soham Sai, there is Om Namah Shivaya. So yeah, so I met Chillam after coming to the UK and we bonded over Shiva's Bhakti. So Chillam devotes his life. I love this guy. Chillam devotes his life and every action to Shiv Seva. Chillam genuinely devotes like every action to Shiv Seva. And this is where we kind of connected even so beautifully as well, because he reminded me of Swami Vivekananda as he reminded me of one of his quotation and his philosophy, that is Jeev Sevai Shiv Seva. That is service to mankind is service to God or Shiva. So what he does, he hires an outreach center here in the UK for 2 hours once a month every Friday and invites people to relish spiritual discourses, mantra meditation, and kirtan, and concluding with soulful prasad, holy food. And trust me, when I started connecting with Chillam and started visiting his spiritual discourses, his mantra meditation, and kirtan, oh my God, it just kept on escalating, escalating, escalating. Every moment, every day, with every session, we felt getting closer, closer and closer, getting way more connected, connected and connected with Shiva. Yeah. So this year, since January, we somehow couldn't do it. Yeah. And he was receiving reminders. So finally, he just asked Shiva and chose the 21st of February for the Kirtan nights. Yeah. And I remember it was the time of Mahakumbh as well, because Mahakumbh was going on at that time. So yeah, to his surprise, when he booked for the 21st February for the Kirtan nights, to his surprise, someone had already paid for the hall booking. Someone had already paid for the hall booking and he could not even understand who did that and also when. Did you see what just happened? Are you there with me? So that's one thing that I am realizing in a way through Chillam Bhai. And Chillam Bhai was so packed up with whatever he was going on with at that time that he had no count of time or awareness of the tithis and those sacred dates and stuff from the panchang, the nakshatras, and so he tries to keep up with the pace. The next week, magically, he received a reminder on Wednesday. So I think he was having a conversation or somehow I don't know actually. I do not remember. I know, sorry, but I do not remember right now. But Chilambai was saying the next week after he was done with the booking and everything, the next week magically he received a reminder on Wednesday that Thursday was Kalashtami. So you can say on 19th of February, he somehow received a reminder that 20th was a Thursday and it was a Kalashtami. Trust me, when Chilambai was saying that, I could see that love for Shiva oozing out, bursting out, reflecting through his face. And he was like, he was at such a high level of vibration at that time because he considers Shiva to be his guru. And 20th of February, it was a Thursday. Thursday is also considered to be as Guru Var, a day which is tributed to Guru, right? And it was Kalashtami. His happiness knew no bounds, as if Bhairava himself was guiding him. So on the 20th of February, Chillambai celebrated Kalashtami with Bhairava as per instructions and guidance he received. And as he was ready for Friday, he started inviting everyone to start celebrating the energy of Maha Shivratri and experience the love of Shiva Shakti. According to him, even though Maha Shivratri was supposed to be celebrated on 26th, he was like, why not start invoking and inviting the divine energy beforehand, right? And this was his philosophy, or this was his perspective. I really loved that. So he was like, yeah, why not to start invoking and inviting the divine energy beforehand? And this way, by the time the actual night of Shiv Shakti arrived, the environment would be ready and prepared to welcome Shiva and Shakti in their wholesome form, right? In their wholesome way. And hence, he started the celebration of Mahashivratri on 21st of February with a spiritual discourse, mantra meditation, and Kirtan. 100% concluding with a Mahaprasad. And I'll keep it short, but honestly, I really need to add this detail. Somehow I remember he was saying that he did not have dal, like lentils with him, and yet he was feeling like to make some khichdi. So what he did, he made the khichdi just with rice, just with rice. It tasted amazing. No garlic, no onion, no ginger as well. It was only um organic spices and masalas, bhakti, devotion, rice, water, and a little bit of that's it. 8 ingredients. But but yeah, that's the thing. Okay, yeah. So 21st of February with a spiritual discourse, mantra meditation and kirtan. Chillambai concluded this amazing celebration with the Mahaprasad, which had khichdi, sambar. Okay, sambar was something which was prepared by Chillambai's another brother, and he calls him Mahadev. And beautifully, beautifully, there was an amazing person Chillambai introduced me with, and she's an amazing, like she is amazing into baking, yeah. And she made some homemade cookies. That was so delicious. Even though I'm not much of a sweet tooth, I had a little bit of pie. I will say it was amazing. And Chillambai told me that night, Chillambai told me after the thing that Soham, if you completely surrender and allow Baba So he calls Shiva as Baba. So, Soham, if you completely surrender and allow Baba to take control over you, he will arrange everything he desires and make you experience life through the perspective of absolute bhakti. Even right now, when I'm remembering this thing, remembering these words of Chillama, it's giving me goosebumps. One devotee who attended the Kirtan also invited all of us to another Maha Shivratri celebration that was happening on the coming Sunday. And I was actually on the same pace. I was actually on the same vibe with Chillam Bhai. His happiness and my happiness absolutely knew no bound. It's like we're having another Mahashivratri celebration. That was so good. So on Sunday, uh, yeah, so on Sunday, as my brother and I accompanied Chillam Bhai to the celebration, he was just experiencing blasts of love and joy, feeling Shiva over there and everywhere. So the Hindu community that organized this was very happy to share the essence of Mahadev's devotion as well. And it was a magnificent night of devotional connections. You can say, like, spiritually, emotionally, and socially. And Chillam Bhai absolutely drenched and, what to say, overfilled with love for Shiva. His love for Shiva that night knew no bounds, as if he was one with that eternal consciousness, that eternal space, that eternal time. Chilam Bhai was now waiting for the night of Shiva, the 26th of February. On Monday, by some coincidence, Chilam Bhai came across a book on Kashmiri Shaivism. And as he kept on reading and diving deep, he learned that in the previous yugas, Mahashivratri used to be celebrated for almost a month. This got tapered down to 5 days of celebration in the Kali Yuga. And as soon as he learned that, Chillambai was in tears. Trust me, Chillambai was in absolute tears. Even right now, when I'm remembering and recalling it as if and I'm feeling it along the way as well. So yeah, Chillambai was now waiting for the night of Shiva, you can say, like the night of Shiva, the Mahashivratri, the 26th of February. And on Monday, by some coincidence, Chillambai came across a book on Kashmiri Shaivism. And as he kept on reading and diving deep, he learned that in the previous yugas, Mahashivratri used to be celebrated for almost a month. And this got tapered down to 5 days of celebration in the Kali Yuga. And as soon as he learned about that, Chillam was absolutely in tears of divine bliss and gratitude for Shiva. Did you guys just see what just happened? Did you guys see what just happened? Seriously. Like, according to Chillam, Shiva made him celebrate Mahashivratri for 5 days, even without him knowing of that. So on the 26th of February, the air was different. Sunshine was different. The environment was different. And as if the entire cosmos was in a trance and in oneness with the love of Shiva and Shakti. This day, Chillambhai was buzzing and bubbling with his brothers. His heartbeat echoed the sound of Shiva's tambour. In the evening, Chillambhai, along with all his brothers, friends, and all the devotees of Mahadev, with whom he got connected during these 5 days here, all celebrated the grand night of Mahashivratri. And I won't say much. So, salutations, greetings, and heartiest gratitude to all my beloved fam. This is your boy Soha from Infinity M, Aim to Infinity, signing off with a big love to you all. Keep smiling, enjoy life, and relish the clips of Maha Shivratri that I am going to share with you guys right now. Happy Gaura Purnima, Happy Holi, and Hara 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 Mahadev. Relish life and enjoy the clips of Maha Shivratri. Big love.
Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Arunachala, Arunachala, Arunachala.
Om Har 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 Mahadev. Om Har 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 Mahadev. Har 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 Mahadev. Om Har 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 Mahadev. Om Har 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 Mahadev. Om Har 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 Mahadev. Har 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 Mahadev. Om Har 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 Mahadev. Har 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 Mahadev. Om Har 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 Mahadev. Om Har 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 Mahadev. Om Har 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 Mahadev. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Love you, Benji. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
To start with Lord Shiva's name. Namah Parvati Pate Hara 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 Mahadev.
बोलो बोलो सब मिल बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय. 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 हर हर